Hi, Eric Lanask here with the TMC Roadshow. We're in San Jose, California this week, and I'm talking with CipherCloud's VP of Marketing, Kevin Bocek. Kevin, welcome. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you. It's great to be here with you.
So recently, I know CipherCloud had an announcement around supporting Gmail. Maybe the place to start is your more recent announcement just this week around Office 365.
Yeah, we just announced CipherCloud for Office 365 to help organizations that are grappling with privacy, the data residency, the compliance concerns around moving to Microsoft's cloud email. And with CipherCloud for Office 365, we're encrypting their data in Microsoft's cloud and breaking down those barriers. They now own the data as it moves to the cloud. And the great thing, and this is where enterprises really love it, it doesn't change the user experience for the users. They can use their iPhone, they can use their Android device, their iPad, and it all works the same.
Now, does that mean enterprises can use CipherCloud whether they're using Google Apps or Office 365, both at the same time?
They can. I mean, that's the real advantage with CipherCloud, is we're securing multiple clouds. So we started with Salesforce. We've been adding clouds like Chatter, like Amazon S3. You mentioned Gmail that we added last week, and now Office 365. And so enterprises, they can decide which cloud they want to start first. They could use both Microsoft and Gmail. They can use Salesforce. And it's a big advantage also from a cost saving. So Gartner estimates that 25% of all enterprises are going to use this type of approach that CipherCloud is now enabling with enterprises with cloud encryption by 2016. And not only are they going to be secure and compliant, but it's also going to save them 30% the cost to secure the cloud compared to trying to secure each individual cloud application.
So you mentioned security and you mentioned compliance, and compliance is really one of those terms that seems to be really gaining a lot of traction, a lot of interest. What's the difference between security and compliance?
Yeah, so compliance, I have a regulatory requirement to keep data private, to keep data secure. That means a regulatory body can come and find me. So you may have seen in the last 2 weeks, the state of Alaska was fined $1.7 million for a simple data breach of a few hundred records. Imagine if you're a state government and you've moved all of your users into the cloud, and now a regulatory body like the U.S. Health and Human Services come and says, no, you're out of compliance and we're going to fine you. So that's been a real barrier to cloud adoption. And that's something that CipherCloud, with our cloud encryption, is helping enterprises and governments achieve. The second thing is security. So security is about, is my data, is it private? Is it protected from my cloud service provider? Can they have access to it? Can a malicious attacker have access to data? So the likes of a nation state, the likes of an attacker that wants to steal our data and then use it or sell it. So that's the difference between security, where is my data protected for our purposes? Is it still ours? And the compliance, are we in line with regulation?
So for companies like CipherCloud that are able to provide compliant security, are you going to be able to help drive adoption of cloud communications and cloud services for government entities, the healthcare industry, financial services, some of those that really have to be careful with their data? Yeah,
so Gartner, just a few months ago, they outlined a whole series of pain points of moving to the cloud. Whether that be data residency, whether I'm a European financial services company and I'm worried about now the US government having access to my data and breaching the European privacy rules, whether again I'm a healthcare organization, whether I'm a state government. Now I can move to the cloud, and Forrester, you've probably seen, sees a huge ramp starting this year in public cloud adoption, particularly with SaaS. And the way that organizations are going to get there now is with security, with compliance enablement that CipherCloud's delivering.
So are there any issues when you've got folks using cloud-based email, like Gmail, for their personal communications, and also trying to use compliant cloud-based email for their corporate? Are there any potential security implications there using those two different?
Certainly. So organizations want to make sure that our personal data and our work data aren't mixed, that we're not accidentally sending out data. And the role then of CipherCloud is to, again, not get in the way of users. We want users to be able to work, but if we see data that should be secured, then we're going to go ahead and encrypt it. And not, that's an important rule around cloud adoption, is don't get in the way of users. So let them continue to do the work.
That's certainly a common theme from a lot of cloud vendors. Last question, are there any particular vertical markets that you're seeing significant growth through?
Yeah, certainly financial services, healthcare, and government, as well as organizations that are really concerned about the intellectual property when it's stored in the cloud. So that might be a defense contractor as well, who has to deal even now with new compliance rules. ITAR is one around putting data into the cloud. Can your organization now say that we own the data, that we control the data? And that's what CipherCloud is helping organizations do.
Excellent. Kevin, thank you so much for joining us here for the
you.
TMC Roadshow.
Glad to be here. Thank you.